Hi, my name is Eyzid Hadi, and I'll be talking about my opinion on zero period. The question some zero period students have is, does zero period start too early? Personally, I would rather have a longer school day after a 6th period than getting up early in order to make it to a 7:08 a.m. class. But I wondered how many of my fellow zero period classmates felt this way. Trying to complete all graduation requirements means that many students need to enroll in zero period classes, which start an hour earlier than the rest of the school schedule. For the 2018-2019 school year, regular classes begin at 8:10 a.m., while zero period classes start at 7:08. Students taking pathways, playing a musical instrument, or taking an additional language classes find themselves getting up even earlier in order to make it to school on time. Perhaps it would be better to have a 7th period after 6, but for students who play sports or participate in after-school activities, this would create conflicts with sports practices, after-school jobs, and other activities. I decided to get some answers on the following question. If you had a choice, would you prefer a zero period class or a 7th period class? I would rather have a 7th period, but the problem would be sports. People might miss after-school practices and stuff, said junior Devin Green. What about the fact that zero period starts 5 minutes later this year? Has that made any difference, I asked. Green replied, yes, I think it is more helpful. It gives me a bit more time to get to school from home. I asked junior Katie Francisco the same questions, and she replied, probably a zero period because I have extracurricular activities. No difference on starting 5 minutes later. Junior Priscilla Lee felt that having a zero period start 5 minutes later had been helpful, even though school ends 5 minutes later. As far as her thoughts on 7th period, Lee simply replied, I would rather have a zero period. Unfortunately, not many of my fellow zero period classmates agree with me. I seem to be the only student who preferred having a 7th period to zero period. Based on interviews I conducted, students felt that getting up early and having a zero period class instead of staying later for 7th period class was far better, as far as zero period classes did not interfere with after school activities.